Well, good evening, and yeah, looking forward to another exciting evening. So, I hope everybody is ready to rumble. Alrighty, Sue, I must apologize. The Red Bull Ring, yes, a couple of things fell through, and we will be restreaming that race very soon to keep you up to date. We did have a DC at Red Bull Ring, but apparently it was a lot of fun, a lot of competition, and so forth. So hopefully everything else will be working out correctly. Righty, so tonight we are on Watkins Glen. Dun, 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 dun. Just awesome, isn't it? Righty. Track info. 2.45 miles. I just hit a blank. Righty, so I think the most important sections for Watkins Glen is basically the bus stop. And then obviously for the technical side of the track would be the boot, which is then the last sector and so forth. So yeah, we are looking forward to some high action overtaking and so forth. Righty, so turn one, heavy braking from high speeds, trailing into a tight right-hander, which obviously goes 2 and 3. Then the S's from 2 till 5, basically. And in between, we've got the bus stop. It is needed for smooth steering and precise throttle control all the way through. And then, yeah, as we all know, the bus stop is there. Then we got the whole boot section from 6 all the way to 9, through the toe, to the heel, and so forth. So yeah, let's see how the guys are going to handle that in the wet tonight. Yeah, I didn't mention it's wet. Well, it's wet, but it's not that wet. It looks, there is a couple of puddles. So let's see what the guys are going to be doing tonight. And then hopefully everything else is going to work out perfectly. And then from there, 9 to 9, 10 and 11, up to the little small straight again. There is gaps for overtaking. So let's hope this is going to be awesome. Track is in New York, Watkins Glen. Okay, good to know. Also learned something tonight. Righty, then let's quickly head over to standings. The pro side for our MSA club event. Johan Shanahan leading obviously 50 points. We still haven't really sorted out Red Bull as far as I can remember. So this is just for time being. Brandon Williams, second position. Dean Coetzee at third. Followed closely by Shane with 2 points. Jan Buitenberg, Charles Pretorius, and then Freekie is also still in the queue here. Not too sure what happened on the previous race, but we are looking forward for a 10 cars on the track. It looks like everybody is just John. Unfortunately, could not make it tonight. Then over to our AM, which we have got Joshua Show ahead, following by Donovan Lahur, the Samurai. Then we got Frans Stoffberg, and closely followed by France will be Andre Jordan in his Aston tonight as well. So we've got a nice mix of vehicles: Lambo, Ford, McLaren, 3 BMs, 2 Astons, 1 Ferrari, and then 1 spectator. I'll be wearing my raincoat tonight, and I'll be standing most probably at the bus stop to see the guys coming up the back straight, flat out, and making it as quickly as possible through the inner loop to the outer loop, and keep that speed going. So that is very, very important. Righty, and a big thank you again to our sponsors. Again, we got Simulator Cave, which is still a big part of our sim racing community, holding hands with Logistical Nightmare Racing. So again, guys, if you need anything, these guys have got it, from flight to steering wheels and all the rest, and handbrakes and kickers, and you name it. If Gerrit hasn't got it, he'll most probably find it for you and help where he can. And then over to the rest of the guys, which is also helping LNR. Thanks again to everybody for the year, and looking forward to a nice year-end function. Righty, the guys are still in a practice session. Let's just quickly jump back to the... Ooh, after this we have got the big track at Nords. Looking forward to that race. And after that one we got Spa. And then the last one at Kailami, our home track. So it's going to be full action for our drivers. Let's hope the weather would be awesome, not like it is at the moment. We have got a lot of rain in South Africa. We've got a lot of guys without power, so let's hope for the best and no DCs tonight. Alrighty, we got James. Thank you for joining. Mad Max, what's he on Earth? Righty, the guys will join in the chat. Thank you again for giving us some feedback. I'm hoping the sound, everything else is sounding great on your side. Righty, let's jump to our track. There is a couple of minutes left. Let's push up the volume. There we go. Brandon Williams on track. This is just a practice session, which is going to be over soon. Hope everything else is good on your side. Yay. Wait for this to come through. Alrighty, guys are jumping out on track for 15 minutes of qualifying as Brandon Williams is jumping out straight away. Alrighty, we have got full wet next 10 minutes, next 30 minutes, full wet. Back temperature 28 degrees. Interesting. Should be a humid day there in New York with this rain. But let's see who is going to jump on. It's definitely going to be between Shane, Brandon, Dean Pitsia, and then we've got the Buitendag brothers also in the mix. So this is going to be quite interesting tonight. Who is going to be doing what in the rain? At least the track is nice and wide all round, so there can be some side-by-side action. If the guys will be professional about it and make sure that everything else is running as it should. Okay. Everybody's out on track except for Freki. Behind Brandon, we have got Dean Kutsia. And as we all know, there is sections on the track which you do not want to touch the curbs, because that is definitely going to make you spin. Why am I getting notifications here? Okay, cool. Okay. James, just to get back to you, is this a GT7 or ACC? This is ACC, as you can see there in the middle of the screen. Holding hands with Motorsport South Africa. We are hosting them, while the rest of the MSA will be F4 iRacing and GT3 iRacing and so forth. There's definitely more things coming up in the lineup. We're just waiting for confirmations of that. Okay. Nobody has done a clean lap as yet. Message retracted. Okay, lekker. Alrighty, Freki in his Ford tonight. And his brother Jan is in the McLaren. And then we've got Shane in the Lambo. So let's hope that he got his setup correctly. I know he's just came back from honeymoon. Congratulations on you and your wife. All of the best. Mag ons bietjie saambraai, nee? Righty. There we go. Brandon on track. 154. He jumped back into the pits. We've got Mr. Jordan. $156. There we go. So there's definitely some 10 minutes left, so I'm not too sure if Brandon is just making some changes. Let's hope everything else is going to be working out perfectly. We've even got France and the Ferrari not far behind. So I'm glad to see the lap times are very close. Non-snarky. Welcome. Good to have you here. Right. Ooh, bus stop. Did you guys see me there on the side? One with the yellow raincoat. Anyway. Fantastic. Shane with the Lambo coming in at a 153. Jan with the McLaren not far behind Shane. There's definitely some time to push harder. See if the guys can break the 153s and go a little bit faster. Need to double check. There we go. Freki. We are crawling into to break the 153s. Definitely possible. Dean's still out there. I think maybe he touched the line or just a little bit went over the limit by dirtying a lap. And Don most probably the same. Everybody's got enough space to get some fresh air and so forth. On track. Nothing obscuring the view for any driver at the moment. Righty, so Freeky's still up there. Dean, there we go. In the mix. Come guys, let's break the 153s. Shane Kutso went a little bit faster. There's still 8 minutes left to get in a fantastic lap time. Joshua, so he's not that quick. No. He'll pick up the pace. He'll pick up the pace. Everybody else here, I think, is there. We know Don also can come to the party. Just needs to focus a bit, but I know it's raining heavily there in Cape Town. Things are looking a little bit flooded there on his side. He did show us some videos today. So yeah, good luck to everybody with the rain in SA at the moment. But here we race. Tonight, it's all focusing on a wet track, clean laps, good battles, door-to-door action. Righty. Remember, it's not how you start, it is where you finish. Righty. Becky is definitely pushing his Mustang over the limit. Trying to break that 153. Dean Kutsia and Shane is definitely going to have a good battle. If I look at these times, it's all going to be about braking, being at the right lane or the driving racing line at the right time and not to make mistakes. And you never know, Jan can be in the battle as well. Cutting a little bit more curb through the bus stop, keeping it fast and smooth. And everybody obviously on a higher TC tonight. Map most probably on the rain as well. I don't know if they're on the race brakes, number 3 for the rain or not. But let's see how it goes. No, we're not going to see the kitty litter or the barriers come now. There's a little bit of grass, which is okay. Just try and keep at least 2 tires on the black stuff instead of the green stuff. But let's see how the cars are going to be ending. There's still 5 minutes left. We got Shane obviously doing a lot better, and Freeky as well, pushing the Lambo and the Ford quite hard. Obviously the cars are running definitely a lot lower fuel for qualifying, and that thing just sounds so awesome. Thanks for the heart there. I don't know, maybe I should push up this sound for the cars a little bit more. Blast it through your ears here tonight with the Lambo. Let's have a look. That was 76. Don has got a little bit of a spin there. Here we go. That's what we don't want to see tonight. No grass. All on the black stuff. Come the samurai. Jy moet bietjie ry, papa. Jy moet bietjie ry. Okay. There we go. Shane doing a 52.6 in the Lambo. He is pushing the Lambo. That just sounds good. Eh? Fantastic. Well done, Shane. So far, so good. Let's hope you're going to have good battles in the race, knowing that you're going to have a lot more fuel in. Righty, track temperature is still at 28 degrees. Everything else still stays the same. Snarky Charles is in the pits, most probably double checking. Don't know, maybe happy with that and just shaking his hands and bending the head and all everything else for the event. You know, it can get stressful. It is wet, and every lap counts, every position counts. We're definitely going to need this. Righty, Shane is back into the pits. Freki is still pushing hard. I think he wants to get one more lap or two, yeah, one more lap in. If I look at the time, see if he can better his time. But his second position, the best position to be on the start. Well, the track is wide enough, so if they respect each other, they will keep it side by side all the way through to the bus stop. It is possible, and just making it stick. Righty, I am seeing some orange going to a little bit of a red spike on the ping and latency, but hopefully that should stable out back to yellow hopefully soon. We don't want another DC. I did not call that, so yeah, as you can see it on the screen. So yeah, okay, 1 more minute left. Is Dean also going to try and push maybe for second position? Freki doing also a 152.7. Well done. Is Dean going to do one more lap? Is he going to? No, he's not going to be able to. Maybe he can still push it in. Brandon Williams in the BM, not too far behind. I think he is just going for the long run. Again, it's not how you start, it is where you finish. Righty, Jan also not too far behind Brandon. I think the guys just need to, fall in line. Put some pressure, don't put too much pressure, and brake too late. Making an accident between you and your competitor in the front or behind you. Is nie lekker nie. But it happens, we all know. Alrighty, Don is still pushing here at the back. Has Don even got his wets on, or has he got his slicks on? Alrighty, the last 2 minutes of the qualifying. While Dean is still on track. Where is he? He is coming through turn 10. Oh no, he's done. He's done. Okay. Is he jumping into the pits? Yeah. Brandon in the pits. Okay, cool. There's Don trying to catch up. Alrighty, so that looks like the lineup for tonight. Thanks for the love for the channel. Thank you for LNR's part and MSA. Thank you very much. Righty. Boom. Boom. Right, while everybody jumps to there. Quickly, yeah, I'm gonna go jump in here. Again, thanks a lot to our sponsors. I'll say Freki, I'll vir die hallo sê. Hey Freki, jy moet 'n bietjie harder druk, papa. Let's see what happens. And let's keep it clean tonight, please. Okay. Baan is lekker breed, vreekie. Ons hou hom so. Eerder langs mekaar, ons mekaar uithaal. Righty. I will be going through to the start line soon. Righty. I'll say.
Alright, there is some rain in this session, so watch out for slippery curves and remember to brake earlier.
Well, thanks, race engineer. We always like your feedback. Oh, enjoy the music while you can. Righty. So, I've got a minute and 30 seconds. Double checking fuel, pit strategy, tire temps. Are they going to go 1 TC up for the start or the first 2 laps? And then maybe go 1 down for the rest of the race? Is the fuel just enough or is it more than enough? You know, that's always a good question. Righty, so the Lambo and the Ford, I think both of them should stick together for the first whole sector of the track up until the bus stop, and then hopefully from there everybody should fall in a line. Well, we can only try, right? Righty, 50 more seconds. Some guys are shaking their legs and their hands for this. Righty, so everybody that's on our YouTube channel, so where would we spectate tonight? First, second, third?
30 seconds.
Oh, we just had a DC from Brandon, which has just jumped back.
20 seconds.
Got France, Shane also a little bit in the orange and red. That should hopefully go down.
10 seconds.
Brandon is going to be pushing the start button, otherwise he's going to be starting in the pits. Hope his setup was saved. Alrighty. Shane, Freekie, Dean of Jan Buitenbach. Where are we going to spec? I know, this service statistics is really jumping all over. I'm really hoping it's not going to be a DC tonight. Brandon is obviously going to orange. Okay, let us stick to. We're going to stick to Freekie. Let's stick to Freekie. Happy with that? Alrighty. Guys are warming up their tires, or what they can do. So it's a lot of braking. First, second, brake, down to first. It's like a race stop. Just look at that lineup. Alrighty. Jaja, Freekie for the win. Welkom hier so, hoor. Good to see you. Hope you stay for the whole race. We've only got an hour race tonight, 1 pit stop. So who's going to be doing tires, who's not? Who's going to go fuel? Everybody needs to go fuel. Come on. Let's see what happens as they are going through the last sector, down the boot, or through the hill, from the toe to the hill, into the technical side of the track. Did I miss something? Something doesn't make sense. We got Dean on first. Ooh, we had a DC. No, did we? Oh, Brandon, no. Ek weet nie wat gaan hier aan nie. Alrighty, so Shane still front. Freekie second position. His ACC's bietjie de mekaar vanaand. Alrighty, we're going to be spectating on Freaky. We're going to have green lights. And let's see who is going to be side by side through the first sector of this race.
Green light, give it all you got.
Righty, and they are off. Brandon Williams in the middle of the track. Righty, Lambo first. Then we got Dean coming in. Ooh, Jan. Everybody keeping nicely. That's okay. Lambo, Ford, Dean and Jan having a good battle. Side by side there. After that, followed by France. Looking good. Everybody still on track. These two definitely gunning it in the front. Coming through the bus stop. No sideways or anything. I think the guys are doing very well. Let's keep on pushing. Looking good, looking good. Ooh, Jan going a little bit wide there, missing a brake marker. Did Dean push through? No, he made it just in time back. But now Dean is a lot closer to Jan, and we got Brandon in the mix now, putting the pressure on Dean. Side by side, no, not yet there at the back for Brandon, just getting some fresh air. As you can see, Shane going a little bit wide, making sure he's not on the curb, jumping back on track. Well done so far for the first lap. No yellow dots, no warnings, everybody just falling in line. Shane going a little bit wide, pushing the Lambo. And obviously having that Ford of Freaky in the mirrors the whole first lap. And just look at that. Big battle coming up. Ooh, Freaky maybe braking a bit too late, but he has gone wide. Not tapping Shane. Keeping it safe. Well done. Freaky did have the fastest lap. Or the fastest first lap. So let's see what happens through the rest. I see number 25, France. Is it 29? It's going a little bit slow there at the back. We'll move the view. I just want to double check. Ooh, Freaky cutting on the grass, missing a brake marker. And then his brother Jan is closing the gap on him. I hope they are in the same chat box, the two brothers, just to make sure that they are giving each other enough space and not taking each other out. Followed by Dean and Brandon. Here Shane has got a lack of gap. But the question is here between Brandon and Dean. Who is pushing harder? And there's a big gap between Jordan and Brandon for the rest of the track. Okay, let's quickly have a little look further down. These guys are looking okay. And then we got Jordan, followed by Charles Pretorius, followed by Don. France. Ooh, I can see some barrier damage on the Ferrari. Hopefully it's not too bad. Making it stick. Ooh, and we've also got Rousseau, BMW. I can see some what do you want to call it? Battle scars on the BM. Back to the front. Williams is definitely made the move on Dean, and Dean definitely not giving up, pushing hard, getting a bit of a slipstream, coming to the bus stop. Ooh, yeah, remember it is wet. You don't want to brake too early, you don't want to brake too late, but well done Brandon. It looked like a clean overtake. Righty, so Brandon is now gunning for Jan Buitenbach for third position. And he is 1.3 seconds behind his brother. While Shane up ahead. Fastest lap. Ooh, 93. Jan, why has he got a red? Oh, I'm spectating. Oh, righty. So Shane has got the fastest lap so far. We'll look into the lap times a little bit later. Righty, track temps is still at 28 degrees. And still a lot of rain coming up. As you can see, the puddles are forming. And they know exactly where they are. Righty. Let's go, Brandon. Righty, Dean is definitely not going to give up the battle. I think he just needs to find rhythm again. Okay. Shane definitely 2.4 seconds ahead of Freki. Freki can definitely still catch up. Got 53 minutes left. We just don't know who is going to be pitching where and when. Well, where we do know, when we don't know. Oh, what a Monday night. Well, congratulations to everybody who made it the first 7 minutes of this race. Looking good. There's only a few little battle scars. But I'm sure that Rousseau and France will keep each other company there at the back. While Charles is slowly but surely catching up to Jordan. He's 1.8 seconds behind him. Okay. Everybody else still a little bit bunched up. Anything can go wrong. Still anybody's race at this point in time. Righty, so these two, Brandon in the middle, not really gaining on Jan as yet. But Dean hanging in there. Trying to catch as much as he can. Alrighty. Let's play around with some buttons now. Let's do a little bit on board. If I can find the right one. Currently with Dean. As you can see, smooth steering through the sector all the way to the top of the bus stop. As you can see, the spray on the window from Brandon Williams' BM. Just nursing it through. As you can see, they're catching up to Jan. That's a Dean. Righty for Papa. And just keeping it on the black stuff. Leave the curbs for other people. He's already 500s up on his time. There we go. Use the torque, not the revs. Okay, looking good. Let's jump a little bit ahead. We got Freaky here with his Ford. As you can see, his wiper is not on, so he's definitely not in the cockpit race mode. I don't know if he's on the bonnet. Ooh. But he is definitely pushing hard. See the curbs. It's Neil Martini. Shane doing a 153.028. Freaky 153.29. Everybody's in the 53s. You could see definitely catching up to Brandon. Oh no, Mr. Don. As I said, let's leave the green stuff. Alrighty, hopefully there's not a lot of damage on the Aston. The other Aston. Alrighty, let's see if we can play around with Mr. Druk te veel knoppies. There we go. In the Lambo. As you can hear, quick changes to the next gear. Keeping the torque in the rain, not the revs, short shifting. Using the whole track. As you can see, the puddles on the track. Try and diss them by not. There you go, you can see the puddles. Stay clear of them. Don't break in the puddle. Okay, not bad. Is he going to do a better lap time? It looks like he's going to better it with a couple of hundredths of a second. Doing a 152.944, fastest lap so far. No pressure, keeping the gap in front of between him and Freaky at 3.8 seconds. Looking good all the way up, keeping it clean, away from the curbs. Well, supposed to be. Towards the bus stop, down to second or third. Short shift to third. No, he's keeping it. No, it should be third then. There we go. Well done, Shane, keeping it there. A little bit on the Brandon Williams, as you can see at the back there, with Dean followed closely, waiting for an opportunity to make a pass. Great view from the McLaren, as you can hear. Alrighty, he's definitely got the wiper on, looking stable. Francie, Brandon Williams. Best lap as well, 153.946. The previous lap, he's already up 400 of a second. As you can see, just nursing it through, not pushing too hard, waiting for the right moment in case somebody makes a mistake. And he has just done a 153.496. Let's have a look. Dean behind him. Definitely fallen a little way back. We've got Charles Pretorius in the pits. There's still 46 minutes left of this race. Righty, enough is enough. Let's go back to our view. There we go. Hopefully that was okay for you guys. Righty. Brandon is 0.757 behind Jan. Good to see the two brothers in second and third position. Okay, where's the other guys? Charles has done his pit stop, cleared it. He's now going to be pushing all the way to the end. He's a lap down, not too sure how, what, when, but it is what it is. Then we have got Don. As you can see, some battle scars as well. Mr. Rousseau, I think, also got some battle scars on his BM. The pit stops will follow soon. France hanging in there. A little bit ahead of him is Andre Jordan. Green and orange. He has obviously got Charles Pretorius in front of him, which is I want to say lap down, but it is there. Righty, let's go back here. All these guys are battling it out. I think definitely Brandon is going to be chasing Jan. This is where the next battle is. Definitely closing up. Righty, there we go. Pressure is on. And Dean is hopefully catching up if something goes wrong. No. He looked, but he jumped back. Righty, Brandon, let's keep it plain and simple, chum. Make a move when it is safe to do so. Jane is so far ahead. Okay, and we've got 9. Number 9 will be Freaky a little bit further down. And then we've got this battle going. And then we've also got I'm sure there's blue flags for Charles. There he is. There is blue flags. Ooh. I'm not too sure what happened there with Pretorius. Don't know if that was a DC or what happened, but he just obviously went off track and disappeared off away from our sim racing community. There we go. Unfortunately, it looks like a DC. Not too sure. Alrighty, moving on. Mr. Jordan hanging in there. Righty, now these guys not far. I think Dean is definitely putting the pressure back onto Mr. Williams, making sure that he's seen in the rearview mirrors. As you can see, he wants to make a pass, checking for the situation, making sure that he's been seen. I'm sure if he could press the hooter, he would have done that as well. Not too sure if Brandon made a little bit of a mistake. But I know the gap between him and Jan was a lot smaller. But then again, every vehicle has got its strong points on the track, and where your setup means a lot. Alrighty, coming flat taps up to the bus stop. Keeping it safe. Righty. Freaky on his lonesome self. Enough fresh air all round, just focusing, making sure you are on the right side of the track. Yes, I have got the Honda on my name. Unfortunately, it was picked for me by one of the administration guys who does the server. So, yeah, 999, I don't know why either, but it is what it is. But my car is standing on the side of the pits while I am here at the bus stop with my red riding hood cape on and checking all these drivers out. At the back, Brandon Williams gaining definitely again back onto the McLaren, and Dean has fallen back a bit, and you never know who makes the move for the pit. Is that going to be helping anybody for a position or not? Freaky doing what he needs done best. Shane, just hang in there, bro. No pressure at all. But it's also not like it just to be alone in front. But again, track knowledge, get comfortable behind the wheel of the Lambo. No pressure. Keeping the gap between him and Freaky. Again, Freaky don't want to push too hard to go off track and make mistakes. Righty. These three guys still in their little battle, making sure keep it on track. Kom ons gaan kyk wat gaan hier agteraan. Too bad for Charles. Hopefully he'll join the YouTube channel just to give us a little bit of feedback what happened there. Okay. So, as you can see, the AM guys, Jordan, Stoffberg, Rousseau, Lahore. The points are going to be very close again if this ends like it ends. There's still 36 minutes left of this race. France just making that Ferrari work with all its damages. Here we go. One goes to the pit. Everybody moves up a little bit. For now, until the pit stops are all cleared. Righty. Here we go. Brandon is a lot closer to Jan. I was really hoping that Dean would follow through. But if there's a pass, to have a little bit more action and see what the pressure is going to do for these guys. Is he? No. Making sure that he's at least been seen and heard. Throwing the lights. Yeah, Brandon. I don't know if he's playing a little bit of a mental game with Jan Buitendag by flashing the lights and putting a little bit more pressure. And then we've got Dean definitely slowly but surely catching up to these guys. Not too sure if the McLaren has got a little bit longer feet on that main straight. Now we have got Don in the pits. He's been in there for a little bit of a while. Not too sure if he went off track again. Okay. Well done, Jan, for sticking out there, making that McLaren work hard to keep Brandon Williams behind him. It's good to see Brandon back on track. He hasn't been on for a while. And he'll also be joining us on our club season closer to the end of the year to make a statement between the STR guys and the SPR guys and filling up the lobby. There we go. He's throwing the lights again. I think this is where the BM is a little bit stronger. I think in the technical parts of the track, he's definitely a lot closer to Jan. As you can see, gooi die liggies, papa. Playing the mental game is the only thing I can think of. And Dean needs to catch up and be part of the action. Righty, further down the field, it's just Mr. Jordan who's cleared his lap. The Dean is still in the pits. I'm not too sure. Was it so much damage? Oh no! We had another DC. Like I said in the beginning of the stream, it's jumping all over tonight. South African. Lekker. Gaming servers are just most probably too full tonight. Righty, so the battle carries on. Ooh, Dean had a DC. I hope he can jump back in. Nothing on the channel as yet. It's not like it to lose guys, you know, in a tight race like this tonight. Sorry, Dean. Righty, Brandon still in the orange. Dean could see it jumping back on track. Obviously, he now needs just to wait for the timer to finish. Quickly, hopefully you'll set up. Oh no, there's another DC. Oh. Yeah, sneaky lucky. This is really not lucky, guys. But let's hope this thing is going to be holding us in the action for the next 30 minutes. There we go. It was so also. Okay. Oh, it is nie lekker nie. Sorry, manne. Right, Freaky jumping into the pits, followed by Brandon. Are they going to go new sets of tires, a little bit of fuel? Not too sure what's going to happen. Jan pushing hard there. He also needs to come in sooner or later. Shane just hanging in there, making sure that that setup is not going to drop him tonight. Is he going to hang back until the last 5 minutes, do a pit stop, have a big enough gap? Alrighty. 777, that will be Bjordan, which is in between first and second position. Enough fresh air. Jan pushing hard. Alrighty, Freaky is jumping out. BM is jumping out. This is going to be interesting. They're very close. Is Brandon now going to be putting pressure on Freaky like he put the pressure on Jan buitendag?
We are halfway through. Keep it up.
Righty, Dean is back. Everybody's back. Wat is net Shaw wat hy terug is nie. I'm not too sure. Maybe he's got a power failure. You never know what happens there in Woodbank. Ooh, Freaky goes wide. BM comes through. Not too sure what happened there. Not happy with that. Alrighty, Freaky, let's just focus. Get the tire temps up. Focus on the line. Then you start focusing on that BMW of Brandon. Alrighty, so Jan. There we go. Shane is in the pits. Freaky is. Yeah, nou weet ek nou nie. Jan is ahead. He still needs to clear his pit stop. According to this, 133 is still in pits, and Shane is making an exit now. Was the gap big enough? Ooh, Jan, los die gras, Bella. Right, stay on track. Yeah, there's definitely some traffic in front of Jan. Yay. Shane back on track. Righty. Jan, I'll say, look up your bond, fella. I think that McLaren's wet tires is a little bit done now. Righty, Freaky back into the pits. Followed by Dean. We know Dean had a DC, unfortunately. There we go. There goes Don back on track. Okay, great. Then, not too sure what happened with Freaky. Did he not put in enough fuel? Did he do the wrong tires? The tire temps incorrect? Oh no. Such a good race in the beginning. Alrighty. Back on track. Still fourth position. Well, I'm waiting for this thing to recounter. You can always get so frustrated with yourself at the end of the night by making a little mistake about not saving the pit stop PSIs on the strategy, or maybe not enough fuel. Anyway, Yeah, Jan is in the pits and he is jumping out. But Shane looks like he's back in the lead. He's got a little driehoekie daarso op sy nommertjie. Okay, so we just have to wait for this. There we go. Shane, Jan, Brandon now on third. It should be second. If I'm looking at the screen, Jan is definitely behind. There we go. Brandon Williams, second position. That's what I said earlier. It all depends on your pit strategy and what have you done with that. So Brandon really just gained that position, putting the pressure, make a decision on pit stop, and he gained that position. Well, if he doesn't go off, there we got another DC. Bean is gone. Yes, this server latency and ping is just jumping all over. So, oh, sorry guys. Righty. Near Jordan, first position for the AM and just hanging in there. Lekker. Yep, consistency. Keeping on track. Enjoying it. But it sounds like France is pushing this Ferrari. 3 seconds is not much. You can see him every now and then on track. So he's really trying to catch up. Breckley obviously 6th position, but 4th in the pro class. A little bit further down, needs to work his way through the field. There's 24 minutes left of this race. Okay. Don is back into the pits. Nou weet ek nou nie wat gaan nie aan nie. Jan is also back into the pits. Okay. I don't know what the two brothers did with their pit stop strategies. Maybe, ek weet nie. Maybe a stop and go penalty. Ek weet nie, he's not that long in there. And the worst is, it doesn't even show me that he's in the pit. I don't know, ACC is nie lekker vanaand nie. Righty, so Brandon, fresh air, 16 seconds, there we go. Oh no, penalty. Jan, wat maak ons? Don with a drive through as well. Is this rain just smuggling with their heads? Alrighty. So Jan has got a penalty. Don has got a drive through. Ay, ay, ay. Shane hanging in there with a Lambo. Drive and drive. And just making the Lambo stick. Righty, followed by Brandon, 17 seconds behind him. Fantastic, as you can see, keeping it smooth. In the middle of the track, out from the puddles, all the way up to the bus stop. Don is more in the pits than on track. Yeah, I don't know what's happening. Not too sure what's happening. Maybe the rain outside is distracting him. Ek weet nie wat gebeur daar in die Kaapie. Maar lekker, lekker. Righty. These guys are keeping it safe. 93 and 9. Okay, Jan needs to clear his. Freaky definitely pushing hard, still 4th position in the pro, 6th position on track. Too bad we've lost some races, but yeah, still lekker nie. Hope they will come and join us. There we go, Dean. Welcome to the YouTube. Got DC twice. Sorry, Chom. As I mentioned earlier in the stream as well, that this has been jumping up and down the whole night. And my family knows when it comes to a Monday or a Thursday night, all the fiber belongs to me. Must be the rain. It must be the rain in Cape Town. Ooh, Freaky going off track. Ooh, in the barrier. Ooh, Freaky. Is jy okay, Tom? Tight moment daar. Tight moment. Righty. Guys are hanging in there. Let's move the focus. Yay, Brandon. Making the BM stick like Shane. Let's quickly have a look at lap times. Averages 53s. For Shane hanging in there. 52.776 is the fastest lap of the race. Well done. And the rest of the lap times all 53s. Go one back. Jan Buitenbach is in the pits clearing his. Righty. Brandon. Last couple of laps, 54, 55. Then the beginning of the race, definitely 53s. So not too sure if that pit strategy was done correctly, but hopefully he'll be pushing a little bit harder. Yay. Everybody else is still there. Have a look. Just the consistency for tonight. Hanging in there, 777, 56, 57, 55, 54.795 was his fastest lap. Lekker. Okay. That'll be Jordan, first position in the pro. France second, and Joshua third, with Don in 4th position for the AM guys. Silva. There we go. Here's the next battle. There's 18 minutes left of this race. Would Frans Stoffberg give a little bit of a heads up display with some lights for Mr. Jordan? Somewhere along the line. You never know. Keep it on the black stuff. Leave the curbs in this wet. Yo, France keeping it very close to the barrier. He's already flashing a little bit light. I'm not too sure what he's saying with those lights. He's on his way. Ek is op pad, hou vas, papa. You know? Oh. But fantastic racing tonight. We had Brandon putting a little bit of pressure on Jan, and then we had Dean putting some pressure on Brandon. Brandon also on Dean. So yeah. And then right at the beginning we had Freaky and Shane. So yeah, let's see what is going to happen. massive gap between Shane and Brandon. But it is what it is at the moment. Let's jump back here. 1.8 second difference between these two guys. 16 minutes left. Okay. All the battle scars has been fixed on this BM. Kom meneer Rousseau, jy moet 'n bietjie druk. Righty, there was definitely a change in positions here. Freki and Jan. So Freki is then currently third position for the pro guys tonight. And it's really so nice to see these guys, our AM guys, also making it the top of the log. Just making these cars stick in these conditions. Alrighty. Something went wrong here. Righty, so Don has just made enough way for the two Buitendag brothers. I think he went a little bit wide just to make sure that they can pass and make sure that there's no incidences on track. And thanks for that, Mr. Don. The Samurai is all wet on track and at home. They're in Cape Town. 28 seconds between Shane and Brandon. It's a massive gap. Again, hats off to Shane, making that Lambo stick. Okay. So many gaps. I think the time is a little bit down. I also see the same battle scars on the Ferrari. I think he's gained about 600 of a second on Jordan. And there's 12 minutes left of this race. And the only guy who hasn't pitted yet is me. With the Honda, yeah, the lawnmower. Okay. Uh, 93. Righty, there we go. Mr. Rousseau just making sure that Jan makes a clean pass. There we go. Thank you very much, Mr. Rousseau. That is... Oh, Mr. Rousseau keeping it sideways. Oh, maybe he just touched the curb and came around. He saved it. Oh, net. I'm not seeing any damage there, but I'm sure he saved it in time. With the Honda, yeah. Righty. Let's see actually what Freeky's lap times is. 1:53.1. And as you can see, the rest of the laps 53, 54, 54, 53s. Like a consistent. Keeping it there. Couple of dirty laps, but it is what it is. Righty, Brandon. Keeping it away from the puddles. And just keeping the BM on track. Alrighty, Shane, hang in there. 10 more minutes to go. So like ry met die Honda die volgende season nie. Kom jy's goed in daai Honda. Just stick with it, man. Just stick with it. Okay. Righty. We never know what's going to happen in the new season. The Ford Mustang Cup at LNR is also coming to an end soon. We'll be handing out great prizes. From there, we've got a Janetta Challenge coming up. We have got a UK series coming up as well for the guys. And then we have got the club event. The club event for, I think it starts September, going over to October, around there, and then finishing up, I think it's just before another year-end function. So we are definitely hoping to have everybody at the function again. Like we did last year, it was all fun and games with Sim Cave, with Gert on board. And let's see what we can do with the rest of the guys. Our sponsorships. Righty, 9 more minutes. Shane Kutzer hanging in there. Followed by Brandon. I think it's now 30-second gap. They're all just hanging in there. These two, obviously, I don't know if Jordan is now faster or France made a little bit of a mistake, but it's definitely the gap has grown dramatically. Ricky that has made his unfortunately small errors with 2 pit stops tonight. And same with Jan, unfortunately. With a McLaren. Ag nee, kom mis jy nou die racing? Ja, we do understand that family and work is important as well. And we can't always plan around it. Ja. Good luck. Whatever you'll be doing while we're racing, just be safe and keep dry. Righty. Yeah, so Don back into the pits. I think we need to vote for Don. We need to get him a co-driver or ooh. Okay. He's basically nursing it to his pit stop. I really hope he's gonna reach it. At least it looks a little bit downhill. Don. Samurai has beaten up his Aston with everything he's got now. The barrier is nie jou vriend vanaand. Righty, France has just, don't know if Mr. Jordan made a mistake, but the gap is there and the pressure is on. 6 minutes left of this race. So this is the battle to watch for time being. The leader not far behind them. would France make a pass on Mr. Jordan? That is going to be crucial for the points for the AM League. So let's hope everything falls into place and we'll see good battle, great clean pass. See now, again, some sections of the track, I think the Aston is just a little bit faster than the Ferrari. Coming down up to the bus stop. Setup doesn't look bad. The Ferrari keeping cool over the curves in the rain. All I can hear is the Aston. So, as you can see, the gap has grown dramatically again. So I think Andre has made a little bit of a mistake. Okay, let's go to the front. Shane hanging in there. 28 laps done so far. 4 minutes left of this race. I'm not going to say anything. I don't want to jinx anybody. Brandon, definitely looking good in the black, white and yellow. Lekker, no pressure, nursing it all the way for the next 4 minutes. These two guys, lekker rustig. Freekie and his brother Jan, no pressure on them. Field is quite spread at the moment, except for Jordan and Stoffberg. Near so. Even Don back on track. Seat time is important even in the rain. Mozambique. Ag nee, maar baie lekker. So we need to calculate how long the Samurai has been in the pits for tonight's race and how long has he actually been on track. Yeah, no, okay, lekker. You need to give him a medal or something. Most pit stops in an event, in a league event, and that will be Don the Samurai. Okay. Oh, great stuff. Yay. Again, hats off to everybody who did join us, unfortunately due to DCs, but to everybody else keeping it on track. And so forth. Oh no! Ooh! Ooh! Well done on hanging on to that drift coming through the last corner, meneer Jordan. Don't know if that is due to tire wear or hitting the puddle at the wrong place or hitting the brakes, but well done on saving it, but unfortunately losing a position. And I think that's probably the section where Frans Stoffberg made up the time to obviously through the previous laps. Okay, coming through the bus stop. No, don't lose focus now. Don't lose focus now. It's okay, there is a minute left. So, well done to France, just keeping the pace, keeping the gap, and unfortunately Jordan Had a lacquer spin, big drift on the last corner, losing a position. Alrighty, as the winner is coming through the second sector of the track, on his way to the heel of the butte, the toe, oh, the toe was like, yeah. Righty. Okay, on to the uphill, to the toe of the butte, of the hill. Daai ene, daai stuk van die baan, net daar. Fantastic. Thirty more seconds to go. Is he going to finish the race? Is there going to be another lap? Shane making every lap stick. Oh no, should have just got onto the brakes. There's 15 seconds left. Boom, 9 laps to do the last lap.
Give it all you can.
Okay. Boom, boom. No, no. Waar wil ek wees? Waar wil ek wees? Right, not really a battle here. No. It sounds like his tires. There we go. Soveel knoppies om te druk. There we go. Last lap with the leader. And there's a signboard lying in the middle of the road. Using the torque 52.707, fastest lap of the race. He's already just a little bit quicker through the last sector, hanging in there. Well done. Second last corner coming up. Ach, it's okay. And there we go. That is our winner. Shane Kutzer in the Lambo. Well done to that. Let's quickly jump to Brandon Williams in his BMW. Making it stick. As you can see, all the puddles, you can see the racing line where everybody goes. Yeah, stay away from that puddle, chum. He doesn't come over the racing line. Blacker, no pressure, just enjoying the last couple of corners. Ooh, I see. Don the Sniper again facing the wrong way of the track. France taking third position, first position for AM, third position overall. In the rain, hanging in there. Had a couple of incidences in the beginning of the race. And to end up here, oh no! Did Jordan just take the position away from him? Is his tires finished? Alrighty. We'll definitely see what happens with this in the commentary box. This is going to be fun as these guys are going over the checkers flag, finishing up. Alrighty. There we go. That is our winners. Shane, Brandon, Jordan, Stoffbach. I must write this down. Let me do this quickly. Just to hang on to that information. Righty. Let's quickly go over here. Again, thank you to all our sponsors while I am saving the highlights quickly. Alrighty, thanks again to these guys and these guys. Righty, sorry about that. Just want to quickly check here. Hopefully everybody else is going to jump in our lobby. Are you sure? Yes, I am sure. Righty. Get the next one set up correctly. Okay, let's do that. Okay. What an overtake right at the end. That is correct. You heard the Aston, and the next moment it just passes by France. Now let's quickly jump in here. Righty, and obviously you can see me.
Oh, man, if I had made one mistake, you were gonna be fucking taking over me there.
Yeah, but Shane, this was really a lekker race. Joh.
Good evening, guys.
Good evening. Ek weet ek mag nie wees nie, maar ek wil asseblief wees.
Okay, Freaky, we'll give you a gap to chat right at the end.
No, I don't want to chat.
You don't want to chat.
My brother, he needs the points more than me. So that's why.
Okay.
I'm blaming him. He didn't make sure. He didn't confirm with me. I had my pit strategy right, so I also collected the dry tires.
All right, great. Let's check if everybody's here. It looks like that. Firstly, well done, guys. I don't think it was easy on track. I don't think it was that wet. I'd see a lot of puddles, but I think everybody stayed clear as much as possible. Freek, if I can ask you just to mute your mic for me, please. Then, further than that, I think we can give the mic over to Shane, our winner. Yeah, fastest lap and everything else, 32 laps and just keeping on track. So Shane, I think with the Ford on the starts, I don't think you were too worried, right?
I was a little bit worried because I knew the Lambo doesn't have any straight line speed, but I knew I'd try and make up some time in the corners and that. But yeah, no, it was a good race and a couple of laps with quite a close distance there with Freaky. But I knew if I made one mistake, he's going to be overtaking me. But yeah, well done to him in that first stint there. And then, yeah, he put on dry tires by the sounds of it. But yeah, hats off.
Fantastic, and welcome back after the wedding and stuff. And yeah, congratulations of your winnings. All right, next up, Mr. Brandon Williams. good to have you on the mic. Good to see you on track.
Thank you.
Righty, so obviously you had a little bit of a battle with Jan, and then you had Dean in the beginning as well. But I think the pit strategy worked out correct. Well, the first pit strategy, since Jan had to go pit twice. But well done on your second position. Take us through your race.
First of all, just want to congratulate Shay. Solid race. I think he was 2 laps away from having the fastest lap, racing nearly a bit every lap. Obviously P1 in quali and P1 in practice. So well done to him, and congrats on the wedding. The race could have been easier. I just selected just before the race, and I couldn't load the setup that I trusted. So I just put whatever tech I had and just did my best. I had a good battle there with Tequila, and if does enough, bit of a yeah. I think the early pit stop, the 1 lap early pit stop helped me, and yeah, that's how I got into P3. And then to my surprise, I saw the other brother there struggling. So I'm super happy with P2.
Fantastic. And you're looking forward to the next one. Righty. Bosmos, no. Jan, third position for Pro. Take us through your race, except for your pit strategy. That wasn't lekker.
Yeah, no, that was a bit hectic. So yeah, the first stint was actually nice. Brandon actually was on my ass the whole time. So I was sweating bullets, I must say. And yeah, when I went into the pit stop went very well. Came out of the pits and just to realize that I have dry tires on. And I had to do a full lap dry tires, pitted, then I got a 30-second penalty for spinning those pits. And then, yeah, I just kept my head down and went. And big thanks to Finn for slowing down to give me the third place. It's a quite a big thing for me. I love the bike race, and I appreciate what he's done for me there. It's really a great thing that sometimes that somebody would do something for you like that.
That is true. And I don't think you're the only one that visited the pits as regularly as Mr. Don the Samurai. We actually need to make a recording and just check how much time he actually spent in the pits versus the time on track. So you guys are still ahead on that. But congratulations on your third position for Pro and fifth position overall for tonight's race. Over to Mr. Jordan, which was third position overall and first in the Pro AM class.
Sure. Yeah, guys, if you watch the last 2 laps of P2, that's just hectic. It was a lot of fun. But yeah, the first from the start was sort of so far out. Car went well, car felt fine, and then I was ahead. And then in the last couple of laps, I see Frans is catching up. It got closer and closer and closer. He missed the turn, he came past. I had to catch him again, and Frans, I don't know what happened, but at some point he got stuck in the middle of the road. Did you run out of fuel?
Indeed.
Yes, so that was so dumb part.
But Andre, there was a little bit of a tight moment for you on the last corner. I just went over to have a look, and you were all drifting around. I'm like, oh no, hold it, and then France made the pass. But yeah, well done on keeping that Aston in the road and not into the barrier.
Yeah, no, thanks. That was a fantastic pass. So well done to you guys.
And we would like to see more of you at top 5 positions. France, over to you. But yeah, also consistency from your side.
Yeah, just like I said, consistently was was on point. Like I said in the beginning, got absolutely torn. Easily got past, well, not past, but got up to Andre
great. Just a comment here that you can't hear us.
That's a suck.
Oh, can't test everything, Brandon. It's been hectic. Okay, where is that one? Okay, then we've got Mr. Rousseau in third position, 7th overall, third position Pro AM in his BM. Had a little bit of battle scars as well.
Yeah, really, I unfortunately had a disconnect as well, about 12 or 13 laps in. So I don't know what happened to Don, but he spent more time in the pits than what I did, and I think that was my saving grace. But it was fun overall. I had a couple of battles here and there with a couple of guys, but it was a good race in general. But that BM feels like a ship floating on water at times, especially on that first long straight. So it was a handful.
Right, so I'm just trying to sort out the sound for the rest of the guys on the channel. Ek weet nou nie lekker wat aangaan nie. But thanks a lot, guys, for joining me here tonight, and well done on keeping everything on track. We did have DCs. Charles Pretorius had a DC. Dean had a DC. Brandon, you had the DC right in the beginning. But yeah, unfortunately, welcome to South Africa. If it doesn't rain, it pours, and this is unfortunately what happens from time to time.
But well done to all the gents on the podium. I think it was a stellar job from all of you.
Yeah,
done all.
awesome race.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Well done, guys.
Right, thanks a lot, guys. Chat soon and see you guys on track.
Cheers. Thanks, Rudy.
Cheers.
Alrighty. Alrighty, guys, I'm not too sure why nobody could hear anything on the Discord channel. I think we need to. Okay. Everything looks fine on my side. But, okay, cool beans. Let's see what happens. We are going to jump over to our sponsors. Right, again, thanks to everybody that's been watching, everybody that is keeping me occupied on our YouTube channel. Thanks a lot. Yeah. Alrighty, so when is the next one? 15th of June, we are going to the long one. Nords as it is. Hopefully it will be dry and sunny. Not too sure what MSA is going to give us on the track. Hopefully a little bit longer than an hour. One pit stop, most probably two. And I think the guys are going to be looking forward to that race. Alrighty, well, thanks a lot again for watching, joining. Be safe, keep dry, keep warm, and let's hope there's no DCs in the next one, and I can get the other stuff sorted out for the chats. Doesn't make sense. And there we go.